Now, like most people, I'd be willing to sacrifice myself if it means another person lives. I'd be willing to help people, no matter who they are or what they've done. I'd be willing to actually save a life. I'm willing to help everyone in need, give everyone a home, no matter what they look like, no matter what race they are, no matter what they look like. It doesn't matter to me what they look like. Everyone deserves a home in my mind. In my mind, no one deserves to be hated, no matter what they may look like. In my mind, everyone deserves to be treated as equals, rather than frowned upon and separated like the rest of humanity seems to think, like the rest of the people seem to think. Though some people may disagree, I think the way true peace is getting along. One way to actually get peace is to get along with one another, to not judge a book by its cover, because if we judge a book by its cover, then what will we expect by doing that? Don't ever try to say that this person did wrong when all they were doing was at best standing there. You should never put one on a pedestal, no matter who they are. I don't care if it's Donald Trump or even God forbid Hitler. People shouldn't just go around saying that this person did wrong when all they were doing was standing there. If you don't do something to change what the present, you will never get peace. People need to stop the judgment, stop the fighting, stop the senseless violence, stop stop judging a book by its cover. If a person's male, you shouldn't just say that they're guilty, because everyone can be subject to anger. No one's a soulless machine. I know that. People know that. And if people accept the fact that everyone is human, no matter what color they are, no matter what language they speak, then we can get a hint of peace. All we have to do is get along. If people don't get along, then there will never be peace. There will never be people getting along. There will never truly be people happy. People will always be suffering. There will always be suffering as long as people aren't willing to accept the fact that everyone is human. And my family knows that it's accepted that everyone is human. We will always get better. Like those other people. We don't judge people by a cover. In fact, I have many friends who are people of color. I know people of color aren't always the same. I'm not going to refer to these people as, I'm not going to use terms as black and white unless it's to describe someone with the same name. Does it mean, why are we barbarians? We don't live in the medieval era. If we don't stop soon, there'll be another. We'll be simply repeating the mistakes of the past. And do we want that? Do we want another tyrant to take control? Because if we don't stop this, then we'll have more problems. Stop the senseless fighting. Stop the judgment. Stop everything. Just stop judging books by their cover. People of color aren't always bad. Just as people of right can be, just as people that are right can be good. People of darker skin color can be bad. It doesn't matter what who you're talking about. If we're talking about people like Hitler, then they're bad. But if we're talking about like people, I don't know, like my nurse, she's a person of color, but she hasn't done anything wrong. And I know in Austin I know two Austins. One person of color and one black skinned and they're white skinned. I'm just gonna use it to differentiate the two. I'm not using the title to, because I mean they share the same name, so I have to find a way to differentiate the two, so it's kind of easier. Because it's more or less easier for me, because it gives me a way to describe them without getting confused. Because they share the same name, it's like, I'll never use it in a bad way. I never will say that he did anything wrong. I'll never say that Derek Austin did anything wrong. I will always get along with that Austin. Get along with any person, no matter who they are. It doesn't matter what color, what race, what they may look like. I always get along with them. I always try to learn about them. I always try to befriend them. Even if they have their quirks. I will never ever try to start a fight if I can't. I will always avoid fights if it means like if I can't. If I don't feel like I can, and then I will. That's only if I can't see in your right. Like if let's say a person's charging at me with a weapon, or something that could potentially be used as a weapon, or someone insults me, then I'll